minutes for your presentation and 5 minutes for Q&A. The floor is yours. We can already see your screen and your sound. Your voice is clear.
Excellent. All of you here on the judging team are hard-working people. You'd have to be, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting there right now. You know that putting in the effort should produce results. But what if it weren't the case? What if you were working all day, every day, under harsh conditions, and still struggling to make ends meet? Well, that's the story of our local fishermen in Lebanon. Let's break it down and see where the problem is. The demand exists, the market is upwards of $400 million, and big players only make up 25% of it. So what's the problem? Fishermen can't find customers to sell to, forcing them to sell to middlemen who abuse both them and the end consumer. And consumer can't go to fishermen directly because it's a complicated hassle and they don't know which fish to buy. If only there was something to connect these two worlds, then fishermen would make more money and people would get higher quality fish. Enter Samak, a platform that connects local fishermen to local consumers. We take away all the hassle of the process, everything from the quality of the fish to the delivery and packaging. And here's how it works. Fishermen, in an almost gamified platform, can register every fish they catch and put them on our market. Then they can track their orders and sale analytics. When a user logs in, he can choose which fish to buy, add it to their cart, check it out, put their location, and preferred payment method. Then they can track their order as it is delivered to their home. The exact pricing model still needs to be studied heavily. However, forecasts show that a 20% commission per sale and a delivery charge would make the company profitable within 2 years. The market we're attempting to conquer is a large, complicated one. Therefore, alongside the validation we have to date, we need 2 more months of validation before we go live. This will allow us to reach a larger segment of the production line and better plan how the company will evolve. We'll be tackling customer concerns of fish quality with a combination of employees trained to spot and document the product quality, and implementing a review system that weeds out any malicious supplier. When it comes to competition, Samak offers fresher, cheaper fish, all while assisting customers choose their fish and being scalable. Now, since we declared ourselves to be the front of fishermen, we need to get them as many customers as possible. To do that, we're going after micro-influencers, people who can offer us cheap yet effective marketing, food bloggers, and starting our own cooking competitions. The team behind Samak can build anything. All of us have several years of experience in the field and direct experience running startups. We also plan on hiring drivers and an onboarding agent who will be a fisherman. To clarify, it's best to describe what Samak is not. It's not a high school science project and it's not an NGO. It's a sustainable, ethical business capable of changing the very infrastructure of seafood trade in Lebanon. Investing in us means not only investing in a future profit, but also the happiness and livelihood of everyday hardworking Lebanese citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Eve. That was 3 minutes. Judges, 5 minutes of Q&A. Let's go.
Hi.
Hi.
Quick question. You want to replace Samak? This is what you're trying to do?
عم نجرب نشيل المسامك.
Okay. But alright, but you know fish, I mean, let's talk a minute about this. You know, Masani, each one has a long relation مع المسمك تبعيته, and they trust them because they know that you know the source and the fish and everything else. So although it's interesting, I don't know how feasible, how practical this is.
Now, the relationship you're speaking about is viable from the perspective of the fishmonger, but not the fisherman. The fisherman here is being abused, forced to sell the fish for a cheaper price. Then he's stuck in a loop where the fishmonger gives him free bait or a perk over there to keep him in the loop. But the fisherman would like nothing more than to escape this and sell directly to customers.
But he's going to send it to you, or he's going to sell it to you, Mazmout?
He is going to sell directly to the customer through me. I will only be connecting these two worlds.
Yeah, but it's not that easy. I mean, you need to clean the you need to clean the fish. You need to store it properly, and you need to deliver it. It's still, there is still the process of handling the fish. So I don't know if just making the idea of the platform I like, the idea of selling directly I like, but at the end of the day, it's going to be very difficult for a fisherman. With we know how the access to technology for a fisherman, normal fisherman, is way beyond what you're thinking. These are people who maybe don't even have a phone or a smartphone.
Okay,
so
if I may.
I'm not sure if it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
But I will tell you something. It could make sense in more developed countries and on a larger scale.
Mm-hmm.
But in Lebanon, I'm not sure really.
Now, according to my validation phase, I went down and spoke to fishermen. Most of the fishermen nowadays do have phones, they do have 3G, they play games, and they use WhatsApp and social media. So this is the technological side. And from the operational side, all of the operations already exist. Refrigerants exist, and we are going to take care of the quality assurance of the fish. I've taken into consideration the concern of customers when it comes to the process of handling the fish. And we're going to be only using fish from the same day, like caught on the same day. If the fish has been caught yesterday, we're not going to sell it.
I tend to agree with Mr. Shamas on the challenge, and I think that the challenge also exists in the سوق الحسبي. يعني the problem اللي عندهم اياه اليوم الفيشرمان عندهم اياه نفس الشيء المزارعين اللي هن under the abuse تبع السوق الحسبي. It's a big problem and big challenge. Here what maybe the solution would be to have an aggregation center where بيجوا الفيشرمان على هذا aggregation center بيحطوا فيه الفيش and then the fish gets segregated and بيتحط في grading لإله. وذن the aggregator هو بيكون السيرفر اللي عنده سمك. In that sense it would work لأنه ما بتعرف كل فيشرمان كيف بده إذا he's up to the technology هو يصور يسند البيكتشر. بدك يكون في عندك assurance، بدك يكون عندك quality control، وحتى ياخذ هال technical part ويعمل conversion لهالinformation والماتيريال اللي عنده اياها حتى يوصلها للكونسيومر. سو اكيد هذا الشيء بيعطيه ادفانتج للفيشرمان انه يكون عم يعطيه higher profit وما يكون under the monopoly تبعية المسامك.
All of this will be taken into consideration within the first 3 months of 2021, where we'll be having our data validation phase. That is where we're going to take on all the aspects of the production line and see where the best place to start is. Because the market right now is very big and very complicated, and we just need one part to start from there and expand.
Actually, Samak, there's a major drift internationally in trying to find a back-to-back relationship between the producer and the end consumer in any of the value chains. So I think this idea is very successful, yet you need to convince the producer about having this app or this platform to be able to share his products on, because today middlemen are acting as cartels and as monopolies.
Exactly. Which is why we're trying to make the UI as simple as possible, onboarding a fisherman to work with us to convince other fishermen to sell their products to us, and giving full control over their fish for the fishermen.
We're running out of time, but just a quick one. This intermediation is a very powerful idea. It goes in many markets and in many other business cases. However, if you want to disintermediate, i.e. eliminate the fish markets and the fish stores, you need to propose something to replace them. To replace the cleaning, the distribution, and the storage. You're going to be testing with your transportation. But if they are taking a margin, those intermediates, it's because they are providing a service, and you need to provide the same service at lower costs.
Exactly.
So, great idea, but something to explore more.
Right now, the production line has many phases. There are fish that are sold on the same day, fish that are stored for 1 to 2 days and then sold, and then you've got fish that is frozen and sold later. So we are going after the fish that are sold on the same day, and we're looking into the research and into the market to see where we can expand.
Okay, thank you, thank you, Team Samak.
One minute, one question, please. Are you a software engineer? I liked a lot the platform.
Yeah, I'm a full stack web developer.
Well, okay.
Yeah, great presentation.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.